Hey everyone, and welcome. If you're looking to seriously level up your career and maybe tackle one of the biggest certifications in tech today, you are in exactly the right place. We are going to be cracking the code on the Google Cloud Professional Machine Learning Engineer Certification. So, you've decided you want to get certified. That's awesome. But where do you even start? Let's be real, the path can look incredibly confusing, maybe a little overwhelming when you first look at it. Don't worry, we're about to make it all make sense. Okay, so first things first, let's just acknowledge the challenge. Stepping into the world of AI and ML right now can feel like you're entering this huge, constantly changing labyrinth. There are a million different paths, so much noise, and it is super easy to get lost.
Now, before we try to find our way out of that labyrinth, we need to know exactly where we're going, right? So, what is a professional ML engineer, according to Google? Well, they don't just build models. They design, build, productionize, optimize, operate, and maintain the entire system. This whole lifecycle skill set, that's exactly what this certification is all about. And this is what that labyrinth feels like in practice. You're just getting bombarded with terms. You've got agentic AI, MLOps, REG, retrieval augmented generation, LangChain, Gemini, the list goes on and on. Now, all these topics are absolutely critical. They're cutting edge, but just jumping between them randomly, it's a recipe for confusion. You end up with these huge gaps in your knowledge and no real direction, and this is precisely why we need a map.
So, how do we escape the labyrinth? We stop wandering aimlessly. Instead, we use the official blueprint that Google itself gives us, the exam guide. And here's the secret, really. Google isn't trying to trick you on this exam. They've laid out exactly what you need to know. The exam guide is your single source of truth. It cuts through all that noise we were just talking about and gives you a clear, reliable path to follow. Okay, let's dive into that blueprint. The whole exam is built around these 6 core domains. And if you look closely, they follow a really logical flow. You architect a solution, then you collaborate on the data and models. You scale it up from a prototype, you serve it out to users, automate the whole pipeline, and finally, you monitor how it's doing. See? It's not just a random list of topics, it's a complete framework for doing machine learning engineering in the real world. Now, I get it. Looking at that list of 6 domains might still feel a little abstract. So let's connect it to something way more practical, the actual journey a real machine learning project takes. And what this means is that studying for the exam isn't about memorizing a bunch of facts from a textbook. It's about really deeply understanding the entire machine learning lifecycle, from the very first piece of data all the way to a fully deployed and monitored system running in production. To make this even easier to wrap our heads around, we can simplify that journey into 4 key stages. First, you've got design and data. Second, you build and train. Third, you deploy and automate. And finally, you monitor and govern. Everything in the exam fits into one of these buckets. So let's drill down a bit. Step 1, design and data. This covers all that initial work, like architecting the solution and all the really critical data prep and feature engineering that comes with it. This is where you lay the foundation for the entire project. Get this wrong, and nothing else matters. Next up, stage 2, build and train. This is where the magic happens. This is the hands-on stuff. You'll be in tools like Vertex AI notebooks, you'll be creating models right inside BigQuery ML, which is incredibly fast, and of course, you'll be building deep learning models with the classics like Keras and TensorFlow. This is really the core of model creation. A model that's just sitting in a notebook is basically just a prototype. The deploy and automate stage, this is all about getting it out into the real world. And this is where we talk about MLOps, machine learning operations. It's all about building these robust, repeatable, automated pipelines that can serve your model to users reliably and at scale. And last but definitely not least, our job is not done once we deploy. The monitor and govern stage is about making sure our model keeps performing well over time, and just as important, that it behaves predictably and fairly. This covers everything from technical model evaluation to applying responsible AI principles, like finding and fixing bias. Okay, phew, we've seen the blueprint, we understand the lifecycle, you get the what. Now, let's talk about the how. Let's map out your actual, concrete path to getting this certification. So, you really come to a fork in the road here. You can take the chaotic path, just wandering through endless videos and tutorials, hoping you somehow cover everything, or you can take the guided path, following the official Google curriculum that's designed to line up perfectly with the exam. I mean, the choice is pretty clear, right?
All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty of the exam itself. It's a 2-hour exam, and it costs $200. But look closely at that recommended experience. Google suggests 3+ years in the industry and at least 1 year hands-on with GCP. That tells you something really important. This exam isn't about memorizing definitions. It's about proving you can actually apply these concepts to solve real-world problems.
I think this quote from Google just nails it. It perfectly sums up the role. It's about using that entire life cycle, training, retraining, deploying, monitoring, to design and create solutions that actually work, that are scalable, and that perform well. That's the job. That's what this certification proves you can do. So there you have it. The chaos, it's been replaced with a clear structure plan. The path is laid out for you from the core domains to the ML lifecycle to the specific skills you need. You have the blueprint. So the only question left is, are you ready to build?